This is Goku's son, DBZ, and today I will be counting down the top 12. There you go. And yes, I will be counting down today the top 12 epic rap battles of history. Of course, created originally and of course produced by Epic Lloyd and Nice Peter, with special guest appearances by many different YouTubers, including, of course, Ray Williams Johnson. As well as they even got in, like, episode Weird Al Yankovic to, of course, play, obviously, characters, same as, though they should never had real rappers. But anyways, yes, this will be the top 12, and this is based on overall popular opinion of epic rap battles of history, overall opinion of people, as well as views on videos will be taken into account, as well as views on, of course, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. So keep that in mind, overall opinion. And let's get this started. Oh yeah, and I know it's not Sunday, but I just had to do a special top 12 list. Wednesday filming. Okay. Coming in at number 12. Bob Ross versus Picasso. Begin. Yes. Coming in at number 12 is one of the more interesting, I think, rap battles. And as well as, I think one of my favorite lines, personally, from the rap battle was when Picasso called Bob Ross, "You are the," how's it go now? "You are the PBS version of the Nickelback," which I thought was kind of funny. And of course, we all know Nickelback is a very obviously popular band. I like a few songs, but I'll never understand why people love Nickelback like they do. I'll never understand, I guess. Coming in at number 11. Jim Henson versus Stanley. Yes, Jim Henson versus Stanley, which is the newest rap battle. It just came out this week, but really good and solid, and already becoming very popular. And of course, after the rap battle, towards the end, they mentioned, like, no man will be able to mess with their legacies or anything. And then you hear, like, somebody spelling out basically Mickey, and pops out of nowhere with the, of course, the Magical Kingdom behind him, of course, Walt Disney. And states, of course, "I didn't buy you for billions for you to just lay around and stuff." And, of course, stated the domination of Walt Disney globally, which, to be fair, is actually kind of a reality if you think about it. Disney is growing faster and faster. Basically, it's Disney versus Google. Who will become the most powerful corporation? We shall see. So, who will rule in the end? The Google computer operating system, or Chrome Android, or the mouse? We will find out someday. Coming in at number 10. Sarah Palin versus Lady Gaga. Which is one of the more interesting ones from the very first season of Epic Rap Battles of History, or just ERB, if you will. But it's a very good one, and I actually highly recommend you, if you haven't watched any of the older ones like Season 1 and stuff, and you haven't seen Season 1, I highly recommend probably Sarah Palin versus Lady Gaga is one of the best. Because it was one of the more interesting ones. And I loved at the end when Lady Gaga says, "History will regret you like Judge John McCain." and showing John McCain like giving the middle finger and stuff, which, to be fair, is probably true if you think about it. There's, of course, historical facts in these rap battles, as well as just facts of modern day culture and society, as well as some made up stuff. But sometimes it helps get, actually, I think, maybe kids and stuff into actually learning a little bit about history, which I find very interesting. But it's just based on your overall opinion, what you personally feel on it. But coming in at number 9, featuring Weird Al Yankovic, Sir Isaac Newton versus Bill Nye, the Science Guy. Well, actually, it just says Bill Nye, but I felt like saying the Science Guy, because, hey, I grew up in the 90s, back when Bill Nye was a really popular show on PBS, and yes, I was one of those, actually, kids and teenagers actually loved watching PBS growing up, watching educational stuff. That's just me. But, that was actually a really interesting rap battle. If I remember correctly, yeah, Nice Peter, of course, did the part of, Bill Nye, and it was an interesting battle, and I thought, actually, even though I agreed with, the statements and stuff of Bill Nye in the rap battle, still, I very much enjoyed Sir Isaac Newton's character, given it was done by Weird Al Yankovic, which is the king of parody, let's face it. There's no one more funny or enjoyable to watch, really, and can get you in a good mood even when you're in a bad mood, other than, well, obviously, no one else can outdo the greatness that is Weird Al Yankovic. And I've always enjoyed his music and his parodies. And I thought, actually, Epic Rap Battles was a perfect fit for his style and talent. Personally, I hope he comes back in the future and does another rap battle. Coming in at number 8, from Season 1, Albert Einstein versus Stephen Hawking, which are, of course, two of the most respected figures in science ever. Of course, Stephen Hawking is probably best well known for his theories on, obviously, black hole theory. And, of course, theories on different types of, like, gravity, things like that. Different new theories out there. As well as, of course, Albert Einstein, which is, of course, best well known for his theory of E equals mc squared. But he is also very well known for his theories on theoretical science or dimensional physics, which, of course, he was the one who originally came out with the theory and stuff of Earth having multiple parallel dimensions, knowing how many dimensions there are, and elements in history could have played out differently. So you could say shows like Sliders and stuff are based basically off of Einstein's theory, of course, which is really fascinating. And I've always been intrigued by the theory of parallel dimensions. That's just me. Coming in at number 7, Blackbeard versus Al Capone. And what can I say other than the Blackbeard Al Capone one was very interesting. Of course, it was done partially as a sales promotion stuff for, of course, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flags when it came out. Since, obviously, Blackbeard is the big figurehead in that game. And it's really enjoyable. And it's interesting how they brought up in some of the rap lyrics and stuff like Johnny Depp, which I guess should be a surprise given you're talking about pirates and stuff, and obviously that's his best well-known anymore character is Captain Jack Sparrow's. But good one, and I really loved Epic Lloyd as, of course, Al Capone. I thought he did a great job with the accent and everything of Al Capone. I thought he was awesome. I loved the 1920s style like gangster costume and stuff. I've always liked that time period, like like suits and stuff, just the cold, old-fashioned gangster look. I just always loved those kind of clothes. Just like I've always enjoyed things like big band music. Coming in at number 6, Zeus versus Thor, which is a more interesting rap battle of all of these epic rap battles, because the Zeus versus Thor one, what made it more unique, though it was a really awesome rap battle, is that it had, like, instead Lego style done, like video and stuff. So they had to do like motion capture type thing. Yeah, but it was because, if I remember correctly, it came out around the same time as, of course, the Lego movie. So it made sense that they would do a Lego style video, which I found very unique and interesting. It was very enjoyable, and I got a kick out of the style. And I thought there were some good points there on different stuff, because they did a lot of good cheap shots and stuff, but fact is, mostly what they said was, of course, in actual mythology. Which is why I enjoyed about it so much, because I'm big into mythology. Coming in at number 5, the most viewed video of all of the rap battles. Sorry for going so much. Number 5 is Barack Obama versus Mitt Romney. Which, of course, at the end of the rap battle, you had an eagle swoop in and drop in between the two. None other than Abraham Lincoln, which said, "I'll properly cross the aisle and bitch smack you as equals, by the people, psh, for the people, psh, eagle." And then Eagle swoops down and grabs him back up. Thought that was hilarious. And I loved also the line he said, "The president shall not be the shiniest of two turds." I thought that was hilarious. I just bought out laughing on it. That's one thing I love about the epic rap battles, personally, is they're just really funny, and you can't stop laughing. Coming in at number 4, from Season 2, Steve Jobs versus Bill Gates. Which was very, very funny. Now, a lot of people at the end want to know why you had, of course, after Jobs dies and goes to heaven, you have Gates saying, "I'm like a god on Xbox, the world is mine." Well, Microsoft has become very powerful. This is true. But then you had swoop in like HAL 9000 from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now, people not sure if that was supposed to be HAL 9000 stuff, or why it was in there. Well, if you listen to the lyrics, it mentions that I run on like Linux and stuff, that it doesn't run on Mac or PC. I'm on Linux. The fact is, it's supposed to represent actually the Chrome or Android operating system, is what HAL 9000 is supposed to represent. So when it says I'm different from the engineers, was it engines of old, hasta la vista, like the Terminator told you. Basically, what it was more or less saying is, it's representing the Android Chrome operating system of Google. Basically, what it's saying is Google will basically become the new powerhouse in tech. And to be fair, if you look at today, tech culture and stuff in North America, Europe, and in general worldwide, who is the dominant operating, who is the number one search engine that makes up 90% of all internet searches? Google. Who is the best-selling smartphone on the market? Well, there's multiple different companies. Main one is Samsung, but what does it run on? The Android operating system. And who makes the Android operating system? Google. And Google is growing by power by the day. And it's projected within a very short time period to be, of course, more powerful. It's pretty much already closed in on Apple as the top tech company, and very soon will surpass Apple. Apple can't really stay on the top any longer, because There's no, they pretty much, their clientele is just mainly, sorry out there to you people, but basically the only people who actually use things like Apple are just hipsters. Sorry, it's just a trendy thing to do. Most normal people that have smartphones, of course, don't use the the Windows phone, because there really isn't much of a selection, and it does have its flaws. Not a great app selection either. Just says Apple is kind of too stuck up their own ass. And which is why, of course, Google will dominate, technically. They already make up like 70% of the smartphone market now. Just saying. Thought I'd point out some stuff after on that rap out. Coming in at number 3 from season 3, Goku versus Superman. And it's no surprise this is so high. Superman is like the second most popular DC character, though he's the oldest, obviously. And also, if you look at stuff, of course, Goku is probably the most beloved single anime or manga character of all time. But no surprise, and of course you've had 2 death battles, of course, and both times they were very biased and gave Superman the win. But I see where they came from on those battles. But it was very enjoyable, the epic rap battle. I thought that casting-wise, Ray Williams Johnson was a perfect choice to play Goku. He had the right look to play Goku character, and he's actually really good at, of course, rapping and stuff like that. So he was a really good choice for Goku, and I personally thought Epic Lloyd was really good as Superman. And of course in the background you had, obviously at first, Nice Peter playing Jimmy Olsen, and then you had Nice Peter playing, of course, Krillin, which I thought was really funny. Did a good job. And I think my favorite line from Goku was when he said, "You got your ass beat by a bat with no powers. There's only one way this battle's gonna end. One more Superman who's never gonna walk again." Which was very enjoyable. Coming in at number 2, Steven Spielberg versus Alfred Hitchcock. Which was very enjoyable. A very awesome rap battle. Probably the best of season 4. Yeah, it starts out with those two, and then you have coming in, I forget the name of the name of the critic that it was supposed to be, like, mentioning both of them and stuff on different stuff. And then he mentions, like things he criticizes, like, Spielberg's version of War of the Worlds looks like some crap Michael Bay would do. And also I loved Alfred Hitchcock when he mentioned your acting is like as bad as Megan Fox in Transformers. I loved all the cheap shots at Bay, because anybody that knows me in real life knows I absolutely despise and hate Michael Bay. Just a fact. He's a jerk who only cares about money. Of course, most only care about money. But he puts no real time and effort, quality into his films. He doesn't give a crap. There's so many stereotypes in the Transformer movies, frankly, it's kind of racist if you think about it. But then, of course, you have Tarantino come out, which is well known for some real big movies like Django. Trying to remember, there's like a ton of movies he's made over the years. And of course, new movies he's got coming out. Hateful Eight, I believe is the name of it. But pretty good director, unique style and everything. And of course, at the end, Michael Bay comes out, drops down from a helicopter, and mentions stuff. And of course, he raps and says, the only thing that matters is money. Now, honorable mentions. Justin Bieber versus Beethoven. Gandhi versus Martin Luther King Jr. Stephen King versus Edgar Allan Poe. And, of course, the Season 2 finale, which started out Rasputin versus Stalin. And then, of course, you had come out and interrupt their battles, obviously, the well-known Vladimir Lenin. And then you had Gorbachev come out. And then, last but not least, President currently of Russia, Vladimir Putin. Not Vladimir or Vladimir Putin. Sorry, incorrect. The proper pronouncement is Vladimir Putin. Anywho, number 1, which was episode 2 of season 1, also then continued in season 2 premiere and season 3 premiere, and of course that is Darth Vader versus Adolf Hitler. Was there really any doubt of the number 1 spot was going to be Adolf Hitler versus Darth Vader? It's the only, rap battle that's had multiple rounds over the years. And of course Vader cheats. Season 1, he freezes Hitler in carbonite. Season 2, he drops him in the Rangor pit. Season 3, he slices him in half with a lightsaber. See? And of course at the end of Season 2, you had the appearance of Stephen Hawking, made an appearance. In Season 3, you had a couple of different characters appear in that rap battle, which was interesting. And I thought it was interesting in round 3 where he mentions, now you, when Hitler mentioned to Vader, now you bow down to Mickey Mouse. You call yourself a Dark Lord, you couldn't even conquer Space Mountain. You're just a sad-ass mega robot freak who needs some loving. I baked you something here. Pop it in my oven. And by the way, for you who out there who didn't understand that reference of pop into my oven, that was a reference to actually a really popular old videos that went viral actually before YouTube existed. And that was called Salad Fingers. Episode 2. You don't believe me? Watch Salad Fingers and watch episode 2 and you'll understand the reference to pop into my oven. You will completely understand that reference after watching it. I'm probably one of the only people who understood that reference, sadly. Because, yeah. I was on YouTube before YouTube existed. And was watching viral stuff. Like Jib Jab videos I was watching before YouTube existed. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my top 12 list for the top 12 epic rap battles of history. And tell me what some of your favorite epic rap battles of history are. And of course, I'm also going to be working on 1 or 2 more game reviews this week. Because I'm on vacation right now, so I've been trying to get stuff together to get some more stuff done for my YouTube channel. But leave me a comment below. Give me ideas for future top 12 lists and future reviews. And as always, of course, peace out. This is Goku Son DPZ. Also, follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, please subscribe and let other people know about my channel. Oh yeah, I'm going to quickly grab and show you a future review I will be doing. I just got it, so it's going to be a little while before I get to it. And it'll be done in multiple parts. But this is a future review. Rare Replay, which just came out yesterday, actually, August 4th. And I'll be playing it, and I'm retry some old games and stuff, and I'll do some future vlogs. Probably the first ones you'll see any parts or vlogs of will probably be Perfect Dark, the first Viva Pinata, Banjo-Kazooie, and I'm trying to remember probably the others, but those will definitely be some of the first that I'll do reviews on. So keep an eye out for that. Also, I'll be getting ready to do a game review actually for the N64. I will be doing a near future game review of Star Wars Rogue Squadron. So stay tuned for that game review. And also, I'm working on another, actually, PS1 game review. So also stay tuned for that. I'm looking at probably Street Fighter 2 Alpha, possibly. Or the first Tekken. So, just leave me a comment. Tell me which you would like me to do first. Street Fighter Alpha 2, or the original Tekken. Anyways, this is Goku as always. And, of course, I am going to end with another version of the narration of Epic Rap Battles of History. So, enjoy.